I have a question for all you people out there. Do you think Trump is an idiot? Because I'm starting to think he is. See, thanks to his sanction policies and ridiculous trade war with China, as I fix my hair, anyway, his ridiculous trade war with China, we've now seen a bunch of trade partners changing sides, going from us to someone else because of it. These tariffs are actually driving our normal trade partners away. In fact, many Chinese export-oriented and small and medium-sized enterprises are now facing difficulties. The U.S. has already raised its duties on Chinese goods from 10 to 25%, which is tantamount to closing its doors in case American consumers agree to pay more out of their pockets. These companies will be able to raise prices on products by 25%, which is hardly probable. In such harsh conditions, Chinese companies are now struggling to maintain their existence. They should think about moving production to Russia. According to this article, Chinese goods produced in Russia could be further sold in the United States and even in Europe. So it's not like there isn't a way around this issue. The ongoing tit-for-tat tariff exchange between China and the U.S. has been getting worse recently. Washington raised duties from 10% to 25% on Chinese imports, amounting about $200 billion. U.S. President Donald Trump was also ordered to start the process of hiking duties on all remaining imports from China, which is estimated to be about $300 billion. In response, Beijing raised levies on $60 billion worth of American imports on Saturday. Oh yeah. This is getting totally ridiculous. Oh, but it doesn't end there. Oh no. The U.S. is still offering Turkey the S-4, offering Turkey our Patriot missile system in return that they'd not choose to use a Russian S-400. But Turkey says no turning back on missile deal with Russia. They want that S-400. They've already agreed to buy it. Turkish President Recep Erdogan has said a U.S. consolation offer of Patriot air defense systems was no match for the offer made by Russia. On this S-400, Turkey won't step out of the deal with Moscow despite U.S. pressure, he added. Now, for those of you who recall, I reported on something similar to this before. This is actually an ongoing of an earlier story. Some time ago, in fact, I think it was sometime last year, that they wanted to offer Patriot missile system in return for them not using the S-400. And the deal didn't take. And now, since they've already agreed to buy it, the reason why they were so concerned is they were afraid that the Russian S-400 was not going to be able to recognize U.S. planes as a friendly target. Which I'm pretty sure engineers could tune the thing to make that exception, and therefore it's not really that much of a threat, I would think. But Erdogan said, "This is an agreement, and we're here. We are committed to it. It is out of the question for us to take a step back." The president added Ankara had proposed to work with Washington on the issue and had asked the White House to offer Ankara a better deal on its military gear. However, Washington failed to do that. So it's out of their hands. They've already made the deal with Russia. They're sticking to it. But it's not just Turkey. Now we've got India. India's military wants the missile batteries both as a deterrent against China and to gain an edge over traditional rival Pakistan, as they're able to track and shoot down combat aircraft, even stealth planes, at unprecedented ranges. India and Russia will sign the missile deal estimated at more than $5 billion during Putin's visit for annual summit talks with Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Beginning on Thursday, a Kremlin aide said. But the United States has warned countries trading with Russia's defense and intelligence sectors they would face automatic sanctions under a sweeping legislation called Countering America's Adversaries Through Sanctions Act, or CATSA, that President Donald Trump signed into law last August. I'll have to do a video on that one at some point. The law is designed to punish Putin for the 2014 annexation of Crimea from Ukraine, involvement in the Syrian civil war, and meddling in the 2016 U.S. presidential election. I thought we made it pretty clear that Russia didn't meddle in our election. And I'm pretty sure the annexation of Crimea is none of our business. Or Ukraine, or the Syrian civil war for that matter. That is literally none of our business. The problem with getting involved in people's business and moralizing and being a busybody is it always tends to just make things worse. Not better, worse. It's really not a very good idea. Don't do it. But at last, the administration has indicated that a focus area for the implementation of CATSA, Section 231, is now or qualitative upgrades and capability, including the S-400 air and missile defense system. Last month, the United States imposed sanctions on China's military for its purchase of combat fighters, as well as the S-400 missile system it bought from Russia this year. The United States is also concerned about NATO ally Turkey's decision to buy the Russian missile system, seeing it's incompatible with the alliance systems. See? They're honestly concerned, but I'm pretty sure that they can tune the thing so it's not a problem, or modify it somehow, whatever the proper term is. But I almost think, like, is Trump an idiot? His CATSA law and a bunch of other shit are actually pushing our normal trade partners away from us in droves. And this is just the first wave. I mean, if this continues, we're literally being 100% on our own, which is going to make life a lot harder on the consumer and on the market itself. This kind of U.S. protectionism is completely stupid. It's going to make everything unnecessarily hard. Just imagine we're good at one thing, and they're good at another thing, and that thing they're good at we need, but since we push them away, that's just on the small scale. Now imagine that, but bigger. Alright? And true, I do believe in growth from adversity. I believe that life is largely about challenge. But sometimes you need to know when enough is too much. When you're facing too much challenge, when you got too much on your plate, eventually that's going to wear you down and you're going to be exhausted. There's a need for balance. There's a need for moderation in everything. Too much of a good thing is a bad thing, and not enough of a good thing is a bad thing. This is too much of a good thing. This level of protectionism is stupid. It's going to drive our trade partners away. It's going to make the Russians more financially relevant than us. Yeah, I mean, if you're really so worried about the Russians, then this is the last thing you want to do. I almost feel like Trump's kind of an idiot right now. He is not being very smart about this. This is just about the dumbest thing he's done so far, in my opinion. He gave us a strong economy, but really shitty trade and really terrible foreign policy. I'm really starting to reconsider this whole Trump presidency entirely. Anyway,